my name is Tammylynne Jonas, and I work for Self-Esteem Brands. I think when we talk about, the role of gender in leadership and technology, I think we need to understand that it's not a women's issue. I think we see a lot of women on panels that are talking about their experience, but I think what's more important is what all the men in the audience will be doing with that information. So it's not because we're women, it's not a women's issue. It's something that's incumbent upon all leaders in technology. This is not my words, but these are the words that have always been impactful for me. I think, it's described as a level 4 leader is humble and fearless. And so somebody that can lead without ego, but is really fearless to take on big challenges in the organization, somebody who can make their team feel like they are always sponsored and supported, somebody who can really inspire and encourage people to get behind them, because you have this leader who is not leading from a place of ego, but is really trying to drive big, important things in the organization. I think there is a distinction in people in their careers around how they view challenges and how they view opportunities. And if you view both of them equally with enthusiasm, I think that really is a distinguishing characteristic. Nobody wants to give work to somebody who doesn't feel excited to get it. And you might, early in your career, you might be asked to take on things that don't seem very glamorous. You're gonna, compile all this information, or you're gonna schedule a team lunch. But doing all those tasks with flair and with enthusiasm, I think can distinguish you from your peers very easily and very quickly. I think, being open and being willing to deviate from a set plan is important. If you talk to anybody who's had, a long career, they'll tell you that many of the roles that they took might have been lateral moves. They might have taken a step back in the hierarchy. They might have taken a step back in pay. And all those things have, kind of created this base of experience, which has made them who they are today. And so I think, understanding that your own career path may not be linear. And so to be open to those, little detours, and to understand how that might, really fortify you and make you a more balanced and well-rounded leader. I think every leader overcomes adversity, and it comes in different paths and challenges. I think, one of the things that I learned is that you cannot tether yourself too tightly to a single person in an organization. People leave, or people, they get to a certain level where they are, kind of career level in their own careers. And so you need to identify leaders that you can continually learn from, that you can be challenged by, leaders that will continue to support you, but having a broader sponsorship network than just a single person has been an important, learning for me. I think one of the things that really distinguishes, what we do for our up-and-coming leaders at Anytime Fitness is that it really is a customized approach to whatever it is that they need. And so, at other organizations, I've seen kind of a more formulated management development program where you rotate or you do those things. And I think, the fact that the organization is able to have such a customized fit, I think, has really been impactful. Our president, Chuck Runyon, and our CEO, Chuck Runyon, and our president, they are two of the three founders. And so they are still actively involved in the company, driving the strategy, and they are personally involved in these leadership development programs for the young leaders. They'll have these sessions where it's called, like walking with Chuck. And so there's a little path that goes around the office. And so they will take up and coming leaders. They'll take half an hour on the calendar, and they'll just kind of walk the path and hear what their concerns are, what their questions are. And so they really are personally investing in that next generation of talent in the organization. So I think having that personal attention and that personalized approach, from such an executive team, is more meaningful than having this rotation that you might see at other organizations. I think accessibility is a really important piece of not only our culture, but also for me personally. Everybody likes to think that they have an open door policy, but accessibility is more than that. Accessibility is taking the time to meet people. It's taking the time to to participate in meetings that maybe you wouldn't normally be there, but you know that this team has been working hard on something, or you have a group of interns that have worked hard on this project. How can you support them just by showing up and learning more about it and asking questions? Everyone wants to feel like their work is valued, that their work is important, and as a leader, being accessible means more than just saying, oh, I'll meet with anybody if they want to schedule time. It's showing up where they are and showing that you're interested in learning about what they've been doing. I think it's a couple things. I think you've got a good cross-section of industries. I think you've got a good cross-section of geography. So you've got people that are kind of scattered throughout the U.S. Working from different companies, which is nice. Frequently you'll go to a show and you'll see people that are just from this company or just from this industry. So it's nice to see the diversity of thought that's incoming. The other piece is I feel like the support staff has been very good about sharing the logistics and the information, but not in an overwhelmingly, heavy-handed way. I think in some conferences you'll feel like you are scheduled every single minute, but I think you guys make it easy to balance your everyday work commitments and still get a lot of value from the conference. I think it's been good. I think everybody here is open to sharing, and they're eager to meet new people, and the fact that there is kind of this open culture here as opposed to so rigid and scheduled, I think that really enables people to meet people more easily as well.